Well, as Father Tony mentioned, just on behalf of Father Tony himself, our staff, our parishioners, First Communicants, a preemptive congratulations. We're so proud of you. You look so nice. I don't know if you caught it, but every eye in this church was looking at you when you were coming down the aisle. And you're dressed up for good reason. Today is one of the most important days of your life. Every time we receive communion, we are doing the thing that is the most important on earth. It's the closest that we come to heaven, and so you dressed up for a very good reason. Now, I want to address this homily to the kiddos, but before that, I just want to say a word to the parents and the families. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your love for your child. Thank you for taking your job and your role as a parent seriously and bringing them here to receive God. I think I could ask any parent in this building, say, what do you want for your kid? My mom would probably say, I want my kid to be happy. I want my kid to be surrounded by people that love him. I want him to be successful in his life, experience deep joy and peace in his heart. That's what she would say. I think any parent would agree with that. But parents, what you're doing by bringing your kid here, you're not just saying, I want my kid to be happy for the next 90 years. You're saying, I want my child to be happy 90 years plus eternity. You are making an act of love as parents today. A powerful statement about the well-being and love for your child. And so on behalf of Father Tony, the parish, thank you for what you're doing. When I was going through First Communion, I had a ton of questions. Why is the priest wearing white? Why do they have candles everywhere? Why is there smoke in the church? And I'd ask my dad all these questions. He didn't really take his faith super seriously at the time. And so he's like, I don't know. You know, it's kind of the reaction. I have no idea. But what he came to realize is if I'm making him, Ryan, now Father Ryan, go through all these things, learn these things, receive Jesus, I got to know it too. So first downs led to touchdowns. He's now studying to be a deacon. So it was actually through my first communion that he actually took that step to come back. And so never say never, parents. We might have some deacons in the crowds. But if you've been away from the faith for a while, or you're a regular practicer of the faith, I just want to say to you, welcome home. Thank you for being here. I love you. The church loves you. The Lord loves you. And we are so happy that you are here. All right, children, we practice this. Raise your hand. Could someone tell me, what are you receiving today? Your first holy what? You forgot. Look on your sheet. It's all good. I kind of forgot too. That's why I'm asking. Oh, starts with a C. Communion. That's right. You're receiving your first Holy Communion. All right, here's a chance for redemption. Not what are you receiving, but here's the second one. Who are you receiving? Yes. Jesus. A+ in my class. Did you all hear that? Yes, you did. Good. What we're receiving today, all of us, is really more of a who than it is a what. You are receiving God Himself. Now, when you love someone, brothers and sisters, raise your hand, maybe you can answer this question for me. When you love someone, do you desire to be close to them, spend time with them, or do you desire to run as far away from them as possible? Lock the door. This should be an easy one. Anthony. You want to be close to them. Good answer. Hopefully that was what everyone was saying. When you love someone, you want to be close to them. So here's an example of what I mean. How many of you have friends that you love spending time with? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, me too. When I was your age, I'd go on a play date. We'd play video games, play football, and then my mom would come to pick me up, and I love my friends so much, all of a sudden I would start to go, please, 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 can we have a sleepover? Please. How many of you have done that? Yeah. My mom was never fond of that, but I was. Why? Because I loved my friends and I wanted to be close to them, right? You love spending time with them. And so when you got to keep playing with them and having fun with them, that was a way where you got to be close to the people that you love, number one. Example number two of being close. Maybe you guys are probably tougher than me. I get scared of the dark still. But when I was younger than even you, I was really scared of the dark. And so after my dad would kneel down by my bed and we'd say night prayers, I would say, Dad, please, I'm so scared. Can you just stay here? And he would actually sleep some nights on my floor. You're probably like, wow, chiropractors are cringing as they hear that. But why did he do that? He wanted to be close to me because he loved me. And it was deeper than me wanting to just have a sleepover with my friends. In a place where I was scared, he was there for me. And now I'm going to talk about one final example of being close. Maybe some of your moms have had babies. They've had a baby in their tummy. They've been pregnant. And here's what's so fascinating. Think about how close that baby and that mom are. When mama eats a taco, that baby's eating tacos. They literally share a heartbeat. They share energy. It's almost like the two are one person when that baby's in her tummy. So we had the closeness of friends. I want to spend time with them because I'm close to them. We had, wow, I'm scared and I let people come into my scaredness. That's a different kind of being close. And then you have this closeness of, we're not even just spending time together, but we're so close, we share a heartbeat. My brothers and sisters, today, you are about to become so close with God, you're closer than all three of those things. After you receive Jesus and you come back to your pew, I invite you to close your eyes and put your hands on your heart to feel your heartbeat. Why? Because like that mom and that baby that share a heartbeat, you and Jesus are even closer than that. Communion. Union. You're one. You are one. This is one of the most important days of your life. Every time you receive communion, you get as close to heaven as it's possible to be on this side of earth. And as we talked about in class, if you have recently lost a loved one who has passed away, they are here. They are here in Holy Communion, and you get to be close to them once again with Jesus and the angels and the saints. All right, we also talked about this in class. I need answers. I need answers, people. Is what we're about to do, is it just a symbol? Who said that? You. Good. No. Was Jesus just kidding when he said, this is my body? Oh, amen. A++. You get extra credit. Okay, why is that important? If this is just a symbol, what are we doing here? If this is just a symbol, if this isn't actually Jesus, what are we doing here? Nothing. This is Jesus himself, and he is going to come to you to show you his love. All right, last thing here. There are a lot of ways that we show our love for Jesus when we come to church. And so I want to just give you an example of another way that we show our love in the world. So, boys and girls, another question. Let's see if you can continue your undefeated streak. When a man is going to get married to a woman, what does he get her? What does he get her when he's about to ask? Yes. A ring. Now let's talk about this ring. Is this ring normally fancy and beautiful, or is it like a twist tie that you use to, wrap up your Cheez-Its or whatever? What do you think? Is it fancy or no, Anthony? What? Yeah, fancy. And why is it fancy? Is it fancy just because? Because why not? What does the fanciness represent? Why do we have that? It's to show love. That is totally right. High five in the air. Why are these chalices and these gold things so fancy? Because it's an act of love. Like when a husband gets his wife a ring. That's an expensive rock, That's a $1,000 rock that you're getting her. But it's to show this is important to me. I love you so much that I'm willing to have this thing that represents my love for you. And then what does he do? What does he do when he's about to ask her to marry him? What does he do with his body? Does he just stand there with his hands in his pockets? He could. You might not get the answer you're looking for. Yeah. What does he do? He genuflects. That's right. He kneels. He shows with his body. He could just stand there and say, hey, are we going to do this or what? Here's my twist tie. Good luck with that. No, he gets down on his knees to signify with his body that this is important to me. I have respect and reverence for you, and this is an act of my love. Here is this beautiful thing that represents my love, and I am going to show you with my body how much that this is important to me. Right before you come up to receive communion, there are parts in the Mass where you also kneel. All these fancy things, the way that you're dressed up, the way that we present ourselves, the fancy vestments that we use, it's not just to be fancy. It's an act of love. We are actively showing Jesus how important he is to us and how much he loves us. All right, I know you're like, let's get on with this, let's do this. My brothers and sisters, today is the beginning of a journey for you. I pray that your first communion is incredibly blessed and beautiful, that you receive that profound love that God has for you. But I also pray that your second and third and fourth, and I did the math, roughly, today will be my 4,363rd communion. I pray that your 4,000th communion is just as blessed. This is the beginning of a life in union with Jesus. And so I pray that there are many more joyful communions.